Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daily Dan blog. You know I love saying that. I'm back with strange suspense stories. Number 70 from 1964. This big dog turd come out a year before I was born. You know, I always thought an old book was a good book. I always thought if it had a 12-cent price tag on it and a really cool cover, it was probably going to be a good comic book. Today, I stand corrected. So you know a comic book is really good when it starts off with the Encyclopedia Britannica right inside the front cover for $1 an issue. You could have had all the really cool Encyclopedia Britannica. Hey, I bet Thrash Pondo Pons has these sitting on his shelf right now. What you want to bet? Hey, Thrash Pondo Pons, if you're watching this video and you have Encyclopedia Britannica on your shelf, let us know in the comments below. Shout out Thrash Pondo Pons. He saved every one of us. So our first horrible story starts out with the story of Baka the lighthouse keeper. He was a sick, twisted individual who liked turning the lights of the lighthouse off and bringing ships to their dismal end as they hit rocks and everybody perishes. Oh my God. So in full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan blog. Let's see if we can get through this nightmare a little bit on the fast side, right? Anyway, this is Bass. Bass and Snedley Snap last year. They out to sell out to the little coast of rocks where Baka is buried. Baka the lighthouse keeper. Her widow husband. That's right, her husband died. Her husband was Bako the bad guy who turned out lights on the lighthouse and killed thousands of sailors. She is really upset to visit the grave of Baka. Baka, back, dude looks like a lady. Baka the ghost watches from the shore. Yeah, I guess I did better the first time I tried to do this video, but I messed it up, so I had to start over. And I'm going to put that up on the Daily Beast, and some people might want to watch that. Yeah, check out the really cool stuff. You're going to have fun. Magic and mystery back in the day. 60 smashed records for $2.98. $2.98? That's a deal right there. Imagine what them records would be worth today. So Snoddly and the Bat, they head on out to where Baka lived on the Lighthouse Island. Then they witnessed the ghost of Baka, and it sends chills down their spine. How this triggered Snoddly and Bats to fall in love, but it did. They agreed not to ever go back out there and just go on with their life, and that's what they did. Years later, they have been together. They are in love. They have forgot all about the tragedy of the past. They have even gave birth to an ugly little rugrat. Bats is so excited she puts pictures of her kids up on YouTube for everybody to see. Wait a minute, it's 1891. We didn't have YouTube back then. Oh, sorry. Anyway, they're in love. They getting married. They showing their meanness as they are horrible to the natives. Snoddly and his wife, Bats, are truly the epitome of evil. So in full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan blog, we see Snoddly and Bats' evil, ugly child print. And they are decided that because the kid's finally 8 years old, we should go ahead and get married. Because when kids are 8 years old, their parents should get married. They go off and leave the kid with the babysitter as they catch the chauffeur down to the beach to catch the boat. They're going to go off and celebrate their honeymoon on a ship. I think they're picking a bad day to sail. There's a water spout out there, but they don't let that stop them as they set sail anyway. And you know how ghost stories go? That's right. They go bad when you go sailing by that place where the ghost haunts, and your ship crashes on the island, and Snoddly and Bats go down and drowned on the island where her husband is a ghost, and which they don't show because this story is horrible. It's really horrible. Once again, I kind of got carried away the first time I tried to make this video. And I got real personal with some people that I probably shouldn't have. So I'm going to put that up on the Daily Beast for them people to watch and realize what's coming in their future if they keep messing with me. And until then, we'll just carry on with this story here. Yay! So in full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan blog, we get the story of, what's this guy's name again? Shelby Norris. Shelby Norris writes books about flying spacemen who fight fires and become superheroes. Shelby Norris is selling novels. Oh, God. Shelby Norris's books are so popular. They sell by the millions. They attract the attention of the cigarette-smoking man. Wait a minute. Wrong book. Anyway, the cigarette-smoking man enjoys Shelby's books. And then we get a commercial where you can learn to play the accordion at a bar mitzvah and been the hit of the land. Oh, or you could have had this hypnotic coin where you could have had women in your pot. Yeah, okay, now that, for $1, you could have had people in your power with your hypnotic coin. You know, I'd order that today if it existed. So as we carry on, I would have ordered that hypnotic coin. I really would have. Even if it didn't work, it'd just be cool to have, right? Cigarette-smoking man's all impressed with Mr. Morris's incredible novelizations. And we get the incredible action of Norris writing books, of Norris turning them into his publisher, and his publisher fantasizing as he reads the books. Oh, I want to pull my hair out now. However, will his fantasy story in a story end as his firefighting spacemen with magic helmets save the world from aliens, space invaders or something, and it's an incoherent story. And even the people reading it are like, we don't understand this. It ends with the guy getting thrown off the earth. This literally kicked on out the end. Now you have it, a story with no sense, a story with no meaning, a story that's barely drawn. I call this lazy art. And I'm not even going to deal with destiny of a dynasty. You want to pause this piece of garbage and read it? You feel free to do it, Michael Marone, because Michael Marone reads every word in every one of these comics. I know, because I'll get 3,000 emails later telling me about it. That's right, you could have had 6 amazing circus animals of your very own for $1. You know, I'm betting them circus animals wasn't too big. And here's a collection of all the other cool stuff you could have ordered 1 year before I was born. Back in 1964. Oh my God, I gotta take a second of a break. I'm having trouble with this comic book. It's giving me a headache. Let me give a special shout out to my main man, Thrash Pondo Puns. You can find him here on YouTube. Thrash Pondo saved every one of us. And be sure to check out Dave Sunstorm and his amazing brother Steven Sunstorm, the Good Stuff Brothers, as well as Pat McCormick at the Golden Rage of TV, all our YouTube favorites. And a few special mentions to Brain Benter's Banners. You can see me there on Saturday nights. Retro Nerd Girl, the nostalgic podcast. You can see me there on Sunday afternoons talking old comics. Hey, I think I'm going to be there this Sunday coming up. My flock is everywhere, Sarah. You know we all love her. Corey's Comedy Channel, Big Guys 45, and BK on the air, with a special shout out to the Life and Sad Endings guy. Be sure to check out all the good stuff, guys, here on YouTube. Oh, and this is something right here that Charlton Comics is really, really famous for. They're little short crap stories that they rip off from other things in the back of a comic book. So what are we ripping out now? We're ripping off a never-ending damn story or something, right? What's the one where Peter Falk sits there and reads to the kid? Is that the never-ending story? Is it Atreyu and all that? I can't remember. Well, anyway, Grandpa's reading the kid a story, and it's a good story. Let me pull out my pipe and have a couple of tokes. Makes you kind of wonder what Grandpa got in that there pipe right there, kids. And you gotta love a story where the kid and his dad are the parts in the story. So they go sailing into Iliad. They go sailing around the world, and they encounter a giant with one eye. That's right. It's a story about a Cyclops. Oh, we got a Cyclops throwing rocks at us. Whatever will we do? Oh, splash, it's going to get worse. There's a giant flying iguana. Is that supposed to be a dragon? They should have got a Chinese guy to draw the dragon, because that don't look like no dragon I ever saw. Anyway, they got a dragon, a one-eyed giant, and Dad and the kid in trouble. Oh, gee willikers, I want to pull my hair out so bad and cry. So let me stop and point out that this is some really second-grade kindergarten art in this comic book from 1964. I seen better art. Oh, I've seen better art in commercials than DC comic books. I really have. And this is just sad that this got published. They made that dragon look like a flying iguana. It's like a gator snout. And the Cyclops, it's got to be the worst drawn Cyclops that ever existed. It's so bad that Dad just stops, tears the book up, throws it away, the end. I swear to God. I swear to God, that's what happened. Terrible story. Hit the Cyclops with a rock. You know, son, this kind of blows. Let's just tear that book up and throw it away. Throw it away? Yep, here's a piece of it. It's tore up. It's in the trash. The end. I swear that's the way it went. I'm not making that up. Well, Charlton, now that we've ripped off Sinbad a little bit, what else can we rip off? I know. Let's rip off the Invisible Man. That's right, Dr. Bleasy done made a big experiment machine over here. Dr. Bleasy done made the Exonerator. And the Exonerator makes everything invisible. And you can tell that's Bleasy by the hairline. In full panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog. I hope you enjoyed this comic book review. God, please let it end. So we're going to get 2 pages of Feldercarb where Dr. Bald-Headed Bleasy does experiments in invisibility. He makes dogs visible. He makes them come back visible. He can do anything. He made him. He done it. He made him an invisible suit. Apparently it was a suit from one of them other stories earlier in the book. Then we're just going to make it invisible because our art's second rate, our stories are third rate, and we're Charlton Comics and we suck. You see what I mean? You get another whole page of him doing experiments on a suit. And finally, he has a suit he can put on that makes him invisible. And it's like, can't be a ripoff of an invisible man because he ain't invisible. It's the suit that makes him invisible. And if nothing else, I wished I'd took time to order this when I was a kid. I really wished I had ordered this. I really do. So in full finishing up panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog, we see the Invisible Man eyes floating around the room. We see the Invisible Man looting. We see the Invisible Man being a criminal. We see the Invisible Man robbing up tons of cash. We see the Invisible Man making himself visible. We see the Invisible Man all happy that he has got away with it. We see the Invisible Man getting busted by SWAT. We see the Invisible Man getting drug off. We see the Invisible Man getting drug off to court. We see the Invisible Man getting sentenced to death. The end. Ha ha. Ah, God. Did you believe it really ended like that? Somebody, please hypnotize me and make me forget this comic book, please. Oh, this is one of the worst ones I've ever sat through. This one truly earns the title, Piece of Crap of the Year. What do you think, Thrash Pondo? Could you save the stories in this book? I don't even think you could save it. But you could have ordered this incredible medallion and hypnotized people. You could have turned chicks to your very whim if you had this. It's kind of sick, this commercial, right? And I still would have ordered it. And here's a special for my friend Michael Harper. I managed to make it through a whole book without mentioning you, brother. So I guess I'll give it to you at the end. Harper, you should order this. You could have had spaceman strength and endurance instead of looking like the human fly. You need to gain weight and get a chest like that if you ever want to make it in WWE. It's true. And here's a rare thing for you. The back cover actually has something pretty decent. It has all the cool stuff you could have ordered back in 1964. A treasure chest full of fun right there, boy. Well, that's my look at strange suspense stories. Number 70, from 1964, 1 year before I was born. A dismal nightmare of art. A dismal nightmare of stories. And the only thing I like about it is the nautical cover. I thought the captain would like it. Hell, the captain may wind up with it. I don't really even want to keep this book. It's so bad. I'm going to hang it on the wall for now, but this one might be up for trades, Captain. When you watch this video, let me know, because I know you like stuff with boats. And if you want to see some insulting crap that I shouldn't have said, be sure to check out the video on the Daily Beast when I put it up of how this story started. I actually went back, cut it off, and restarted it to be a little bit nicer to some people. And if you continue to do what you're doing, I will not be nice to you no more. This is your one chance to shut up. Take it or leave it. And I'm just going to leave it at that. As I tell everybody, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Be sure to let me know what you thought in the comments. Be sure not to listen to lies spread by insatious little trolls on YouTube. And until next time, blog over!